Hello everyone, this is Chadillac1, and welcome to Weapon Essentials 3. Today we'll be discussing advanced weapon storage, UMG Blueprint integration, and sound integration on fire. So let's sit back and let's begin. Okay, so the first thing I want to discuss with you guys is that I'm using 4.6, and I got everything up to date even with my C++ code here quick. So as you can see, everything's a direct pointer. There's no T-sub object pointer and none of that stuff, none of that at all. And yeah, everything's all up to date. If you guys want me to post this code on the YouTube channel, put in the comment section below and let me know if you guys want me to. If I get enough comments, I will definitely put it on Dropbox and give a direct link for you guys there. But let's go ahead and discuss the advanced inventory system here quick, because there's a reason for this. When you pick up the weapons, later on I will discuss, it'll make more sense why. But when you equip it, you have to destroy it and then create a new one. That's not a really good way to practice the programming. But the reason being I want to show you guys this method in part 2 is because I wanted you to kind of grasp and understand how to store things and show it off that is actually this thing you're equipping. But when I was trying to figure some things out, C. Martel and Hamel Gamel on the forums kind of pointed out to me that I was trying to have some issues trying to get some variables stored with ammo and that sort of thing, and they said I needed to post an instance for it. And I did that, and it actually worked more fluently and more efficiently. But the thing is, what you have to do, when you equip it, it's in your hand, but then you unequip it, it's actually hidden and inside the map still. It's not destroyed. It's actually still on the map, but it's actually not technically present. So I'm going to show you actually how to do that here today. So let's go ahead and go to our code. And let's begin doing some stuff on the character first. So on the T-sub class of weapon, we really don't need this. What we need to do is just make it a direct pointer. Just make it a T-array, a weapon, pointer. If I could get it right. There we go. A class A weapon. There we go. So I was wondering I was missing something. There we go. We'll make it that. Okay, then we're going to actually add another function called void process weapon pickup. A weapon. The reason for this is because if you notice on let's see, on my, where we can find it here, I'm looking at all these equip shotgun, equip rocket launcher. There's no necessity for this. We can just process the weapon, and we can actually do this in the actual weapon struct. Inside of struct, we'll add a weapon priority variable in there, and it'll actually know when we do a for loop, when we pick it up on the process, we're going to look for it, and if it's not there, we're going to actually input it in that slot by priority of the weapon, like 1 being the pistol, 2 being the shotgun, 3 being the rocket launcher, that sort of thing. We're going to try to attempt to do it that way, so it's a little more efficient when it's actually adding the weapons in particular. And we also add saying if the weapon's already there, we could actually have the option to be like, okay, we're not going to pick it up, or we could say, hey, we're going to take the ammo from this weapon instead of actually spawning it and making it our own weapon. So we're going to try to make it that way instead. Okay, so the next thing here, we're going to go into the struct. We're going to add the priority here quick. We can actually add edit anywhere, because we could actually visually have the player be like, hey, this is the priority of it. But unless you want to hard code it, you can do that too, but I'm just going to make it edit anywhere in Blueprint rewrite just in case. So we're going to say a int priority. And that's all we need. Now, we'll go back in here, because literally we don't need this equip pistol, equip shotgun, and equip rocket launcher. We're going to make a next weapon and a previous weapon to make it more sophisticated and less information to store in by specification of each weapon. So we gotta find the on collision here. So we don't have to worry about if it's a pistol, if it's a rocket launcher, or a shotgun. This is what we're going to do. We're literally going to say if it is, we got here a weapon, pointer weapon equals cast a weapon, and we see if it is an other actor. There. And we say if weapon, if it's a weapon we touched on the on collision, we're going to do process weapon pickup. And we're going to dump weapon in there, that pointer we have. But we need to actually put that function in here first. So we're going to do void a weapon essentials character new process weapon pickup. There we go. A weapon pointer to what we got here? Weapon. Sorry about the Skype message, guys. There. Now I should know. Let's see here. And notice here down below all these errors too. We're not going to have to worry about that. That's not going to be necessary. We're going to be deleting a lot of this here because we don't need to spawn from every weapon equipped. We do that in the process weapon to make sure we know what weapon is what when we pick it up. So let's take a look here. We get rid of the equip pistol, shotgun, and rocket launcher. We'll dispose of those. Let's see here quick. Get rid of all that. And that should be everything. Alright. Okay. Oh yes, we want to get rid of these binded actions here too. Just in case. So we're actually not going to do a selection from 1, 2, and 3. We're going to do it by mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down to select for now. But we're going to get rid of those, and then we're going to actually start on this here quick. And so we're going to say if, of course, if the weapon does not equal null, we're going to make sure it actually exists, because that is actually really important. And also, let's see, we got to go back to here, make sure we have it named right. Yes, weapon inventory. So then we can say a lot of things here. Now we can say if inventory weapon wep-config.priority. We could literally check the slot by priority when we pick it up, because we actually transferred this weapon here, which we transferred into this function with this pointer, to check that actual weapon we picked up's pointer to see what priority number it is. If that is checking if this inventory slot is there. If we're going to see what we want for this inventory slot. If it equals null, if there's nothing in it, we could do something with it. So we're going to say, first of all, we're going to have to spawn that particular weapon we picked up. That spawned weapon is going to be there on the scene at all times once we pick it up, unless we drop it. That's a whole different ordeal. First, we're going to discuss actually spawning it and storing it in our inventory. That's our first priority. So we're going to say a weapon, and call it spawner. We'll make it equal to get world. We'll get the world, and we're going to spawn the actor. And we're going to make it spawn from a weapon. This is a dirty way to do this right now, but I'm going to do it right now. So I'm going to say weapon get class. It's a dirty way to do it, but I'm doing it for the sake of understanding, like, hey, you could use what you have to use, you have to do a subclass of for this, but I'm just going to do a dirty way, just do it directly like that from that actual weapon. It's getting that class of that weapon. Why? Because we don't know if that is the inventory 1 slot. We don't know what kind of weapon it is. So that's why we say get the class of it and store it in there. So now, if it's spawned, if spawner, there we go. We're going to say inventory spawner wep-config.priority. The reason being I'm using spawner is because it equals this. It literally is the same exact slot number we're looking to get for. So then we're going to say, we're going to make it equal to spawner. I mean, it doesn't matter. You could use weapon. I use spawner just to make sure we have the right spawned class from here. That's the reason being why. Okay, let's add a semicolon after that. And then we'll just double check. We're going to make a G engine here. I'm going to do a add on screen debug message. We're going to say, I do all this stuff here, -1, 2.f. We'll make the color be black. And then we're going to say, you just picked up and we're going to have it be a plus. We're going to say inventory, and let's see here, quick spawner. wep-config.priority. and we're going to do a. So we got that inventory slot. Now we're going to actually get the wep-config.name. We're actually going to get the name of that inventory slot now. I mean, it's going to look confusing at first because I'm trying to explain here. It's like we're doing inventory. We're getting the inventory slot number with this priority. Think of this as like, if it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That slot number, and then we actually go to wep-config. We have the wep-config because this is actually a weapon. That slot number is a weapon. We're actually sending it into wep-config, which is a config we've discussed here in the struct. It stores all these particular variables like the weapon spread, range, name, priority, everything. Absolutely holds everything. And we're actually getting the name of it. That's what we're going to output. Why do I want to output this? Just to double check, make sure we got everything set up correctly. Make sure we're actually picking up the right weapon we want to pick up. And if we wanted to, we could also set up a if the spawner's priority number is greater than or less than the currently equipped weapon, we could change that too, but I'm just going to leave it like this for now. And as soon as we do that, we're going to, here we go. Got to go inside here. As soon as we spawn it, we're going to destroy it. No, not destroy spawner, we're going to destroy a weapon. Weapon, destroy. Because the reason being, we have all the weapons information already in spawner. This is the one that's on the scene. We touched the weapon that's on the scene, and we want to destroy that weapon. But we don't want to destroy spawner. That's going to stay with us for as long as we want to until we drop it. So now, if we have... No, I don't want to do that here. Hang on a second. There we go. Else, we're going to say, if we already have this weapon, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We are going to check if, this is going to be quite a doozy, inventory, and we're going to do weapon, wep-config.priority. Let's see, I think I have current ammo in here. Do I? Not 100% sure, we'll double check. No, we do not. So, we're going to add under the property here, let's just say U property. Because we can't really necessarily add the current ammo, so I'm going to say, I guess we could do that. I'm cool with that. I'm going to say edit anywhere, blueprint, read, write, category equals config. And then we're going to say int current ammo. If we need to get the current ammo, we also need to get the current clip too. I think we need to add that in we'll add that in our struct too. The reason being we're going to add a clip because if you want to reload, how are you going to reload where your current ammo is the only dictative portion? Why not just have a clip variable too? So I'm going to have another U property here. Actually, let's grab that there actually. So we're using the same thing. And we're going to say int clip, I should say max clip. The reason being I want to say max clip because this is by default going to tell us if it's going to hold the max clip of every weapon. And the current ammo and the current clip will tell us what is currently inside it at that moment in time. Let's see, let's go ahead and do another one. Instead of max clip, we're going to say max ammo. Oh wait, I already have a max ammo up there. Okay, we're good. My bad. Actually, I'll put that up there just for organizational purposes. And there we go. So now we have our max ammo and our max clip. Now we need to get our current ammo, and of course we're going to need get another one here for our current clip. I'm going to say int current clip. There. Semicolon. Awesome. Alright, now let's go back to our weapon character.cpp. So we're going to say, after this, so once we got that all set up, now we can say priority wep config. If it gets there, I just want to make sure I want to see the IntelliSense happen. Wep config dot current. Oh, it's not even wep config. What am I doing? Current ammo. Sweet, we got that. it's greater than inventory and weapon wep config.priority. Let's see here. Wep config.max ammo. Meaning, if we're checking if the current ammo of that inventory slot's greater than the max ammo. I mean, if it's greater than that, we're going to do this. We're going to make it equal to the max ammo. So we're going to say inventory. This is just like a capping thing for it. You know, if we have like ammo to pick up, like we have like 2 or 3 ammo, that's like sitting around in our actual current ammo holding slot, and we can pick up 3 bullets from that particular weapon. We don't have to pick up all of it. We can really just grab 2 or 3 bullets out and just throw it away. So we're going to say weapon wep config.priority and then current ammo equals. I mean, I could totally dump those particular inventory weapon wep config priority into actual variables, but I just kind of want to visually show you what this looks like. I'm going to say inventory weapon wep config dot priority wep config dot max ammo. Meaning right here we're just saying if it's greater than that, we're gonna make the current ammo equal to max ammo. Meaning we have full ammo. Hang on a second. Yeah, that's right. Actually, what I should do first is actually check. We're gonna do this first. We're gonna say if you're gonna keep that line of code there, but we're gonna make that an else statement here. We're gonna say if inventory weapon wep config. Oh, I forgot the little end pointer there. Wep config dot priority current ammo is greater than or equal to 0. And you're checking if it's greater or equal to 0. Make sure we have no ammo or a 0 at all. I'm gonna go and weapon current ammo. Reason being how I did this. Reason why I'm saying weapon current ammo, because that's how you get set up to say, hey, this is what this ammo on the weapon we're picking up has. So then we can say, you know, if this actually has ammo, this is how much ammo we're going to add up and make sure we don't go over. And we're going to say if it's less than or equal to, and then I got to make a math here because we got to actually subtract. We have to subtract the max ammo with the current ammo with that current slot. So this is what I have to do. So I'm going to say it's really easy. It's a simple subtraction. Inventory. Just it may look intimidating because we have to put all this stuff in here. This weapon wep config.max. No, not config.priority. Get the priority slot number, and then we do wep config.max minus inventory. Stop it. Inventory. And we do weapon wep config.priority current ammo. Meaning the current ammo is going to subtract that. And we're checking if this weapon, the current ammo, is greater than this subtraction here. If it's that, this is what we're going to do. We're going to say this. Inventory weapon wep config.priority in the slot number current ammo plus equals weapon current ammo. Meaning if it is all this here, if it literally is less than or equal to, we're checking all this here. Make sure these values are correct. And we're going to add the current ammo to with the weapon's current ammo. Meaning like, hey, if we have our max ammo for our current weapon slot for a pistol, our max ammo we could hold is 15. And I have 6. And then the weapon I'm about to pick up has 3. it's going to check, make sure it's less than the max ammo. Well, how much is left that we could pick up, and it's going to actually add our ammo. And then we could, let's see here quick. We'll make a G engine here quick. And add on-screen debug message. 2.f. I just want to double check. I always want to output my values and make sure everything that we're adding is correct and everything that we're not adding is being known if things do happen. And we gotta say, we'll make the color be red. We'll say added and plus weapon current ammo. The reason saying I'm using weapon current ammo is because we don't know what we added. We're adding this much to it. And then of course we have to destroy that weapon we picked up for ammo. Destroy. There we go. Now we could say else. And then we could have the if inside the else. And that makes a little more sense. Basically saying if the ammo is full, you know, but it's still a little bit less than what it is, we just make it equal to that. And we don't pick it up. So, looks good so far. So let's go ahead and build it. I'm actually going to exit out of this, so then we could update the new structs that we had in there, just in case. So I'm going to make sure it actually builds, because I don't have to worry about it just playing and stopping and that sort of thing. So it might take a little bit because we got a lot of new code. And looks like we have an error, a simple error. Let's see here. In weapon H, line 37, saying, oh, derp, int 32. Sorry about that, guys. That's my bad. Line 30, 32, where is the other one? Int 32. Int 32, and then int 32. And that should fix that. Let's go ahead and build it one last time. Let's see what it says. Alright, still saying unrecognized type in line 37. Where is 37? Ah, yes. There we go. So I kind of did everything else besides that one. That's my bad. Let's see here. What do we got? Building, 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 building. Alright, looks like everything just got done building. So, let's go ahead and hit play on here, because we're going to adjust the weapons first before we do anything. Because the reason being, if we have the priorities all set up properly, we won't have a crash. Sorry about that yawn. Let's see. I'll as soon as I get the priorities all set up, I'll kind of show you guys the concept of how to do this properly. So let's go here. Let's take a look at priority. It should be here. Why is it not here? It should be here. That is very strange. Did I put it in the right slot? Priority. Yep. Whip construct. And it is direct. Oh. Hang on a second. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of my face. I'm blind as a bat. We'll make this be 0. Why? Because arrays go by 0, 1, 2, 3. Not by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They don't do that. They start at 0. So make the priority be 0 on pistol, so that's good. Go to rocket launcher, we'll have this be 2. Where's priority? Here we are. 2. And then the shotgun be 1. This would be the 1 slot. Compile that. And we'll save all that. Save. Okay, so let's see. As a matter of fact, I want to see what happens when we pick it up. I want to know if it's going to do it. Picked up a rocket launcher. Picked up a shotgun. Picked up a pistol. But the thing is, we can't change anything yet because we have to set up our inputs. So we go to project settings. We will go to input. We're going to change our input for our action mappings. We'll get rid of this, and we'll get rid of shotgun, and we'll get rid of rocket launcher. Because for now, we're going to actually change it by the mouse wheel. So add an action mapping. We'll do next weapon. we'll make that the mouse wheel up. You can change it to anything you wish to. I mean, I'm just making it this because I'm using PC portions. I do have a controller option, but you know, I'm going to use this. We'll call this one Prev Weapon. So I don't have to worry about all this previous stuff. Alright, so mouse wheel down, automatically saves it, and we're going to save all one last time. And let's see, we'll exit out, and my desktop, wait for this pop up. Okay, so I kind of want to paint you a picture about what is happening, and one reason being I'm rearranging a few things. So think of this arrays, each slot, alright? Each slot, you know, if you already know how this kind of works, you can skip ahead, but I just want to help people that kind of don't understand. You know, 0, 1, 2, those are the slots. So these are empty. These are all empty. But we pick up something on the scene, and it's a weapon. You know, we pick it up. We already get a bit of inventory about it. Say if it's slot 0. We put it in there, but we're spawning another one of these. That's going to be in the scene. And it's going to stay, we're keeping that information here. But when we want to switch weapons to this one, say we want to switch to one, we have a number 1, but we just equipped a number 0. We don't delete that. We don't delete the ones on the scene. We literally hide it. We hide it and put it in slot 00, because there's a thing you could say hide in game. The reason being we do this is because if you delete the or destroy the weapon on the scene that instance, you're not going to be able to get any of the variables that it's holding, like for example its current ammo, its current clips, anything at all, because you're destroying it. And also that's why when you have like specific cooldowns on like weapons, or like, you know, say if a barrel's hot on a weapon and you can't shoot till it cools down, you switch a weapon and you use that weapon and they switch back and all of a sudden it's cooled off instantly. You're like, why does that happen? Because the variables have reset when you remake a new spawning instance of it. And that's why we keep this instance that we made when we picked it up and spawned it, when we first picked it up. And when we equip to a new one, we don't destroy it. No, we hide it in-game in the scene, technically saying putting it away, quote unquote, and having this new weapon be the current weapon that we're holding. I mean, it's still here, but it's not being used. And that's a very good reason why I'm doing this, because I want to show you how variables are stored in particular, and actually destroying it and remaking them for your inventory is actually bad programming practice. But I know I showed you a bad practice, but I just wanted to show you guys how inventories work. It's not that scary. But doing a little bit more better practice with the inventory is what I'm going to show you here today. It'll make a little more sense when things are starting to flow through in this program. So let's get started. So since we added these new controls here, let's go ahead and add them to our input bind actions here. So we'll do input. Actually, let's have to grab this one. Copy that so less time is being consumed just by me typing. So I'm going to say next weapon. Oh, we need a function first. So we're going to make two functions here. Go back to our weapon essentials character.h. We're going to make two functions here. I'm going to say void next weapon. And we don't have to worry about dumping anything into it because we're going to have that. So we're going to be judging about the slots instead of actually, you know, dumping anything into it. And void prev weapon. Let's call it prev weapon. There. So now we'll go ahead, go here, where we got here next weapon, i.e. press this, and we're going to actually put the function in, of course, or else it won't make any sense. So we have it here. We will do above fire. Void a weapon essentials character. Next weapon. Let's get these functions in here so it doesn't freak out. Prev weapon. There. Now we got the functions in. Now we can actually input it in here. So next weapon, not fire weapon. I'm going to do next weapon. If I can spell weapon. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing for prev weapon. And then instead of next, we gotta say prev because the name we put for the INI is prev weapon. And then we're going to actually call the function, get the reference to prev weapon function. And then that should take care of that. Now, let's discuss of how to get the weapon equip working. I think we need to add a weapon equip here. Let's double check. I think I have... Oh yeah, never mind. We have to, hang on, re-input the weapon equip. So we're gonna make another void. Let's see. Do I want to? Yeah, I think I'll put a whip weapon. I think I'll put a parameter for a weapon pointer here. A weapon, and then do weapon. There we go. I apologize for the Skype messages. Give me 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so I forgot a P there. There we go. Weapon. So, let's see. Because the reason being I want to use a parameter inside here is because when we actually want to equip the weapon, we want to know what weapon we are equipping to. So let's go ahead and find. We got previous neck. There we go. Void a weapon, essentials, character, equip weapon. A weapon, weapon. So now, do we still have a current weapon here? We should have a current weapon pointer. Yep, right here. Good, good, good. Because otherwise that other tutorial wouldn't have worked if you didn't have a current weapon. So, equip weapon is not. Oh, why is it freaking out? Equip weapon, a weapon. That should be right. But to be sure, it doesn't hurt to try that. Make sure we got. Oh, fine, fine. Okay, so now I'm going to say if current weapon, which is the weapon we are holding, does not equal null. Reason being we're doing this because if we equip a weapon and we want to put in a weapon in its place, we want to unequip that particular weapon. However, I think what we need to do first, but we got this all set up here first. You know, if it doesn't equal null, but there's some things, some functions we need to put in for weapon first. So when we get back here in a second, I'm going to show you a few things what we need to do with the weapon code to actually make the ownership of that weapon be to that player. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to weapon.h real quick, and let's take a look around. What we need to do, we're going to add quite a few functions here quick. So what have we already had? We have fire, instant fire. We're going to need a set owning pawn. There's a lot of things. Actually, it's going to be really weird how this is going to be set up because we have to do a what would you call it? I believe it was called circular dependency with the character in particular, because we want the character to be included in here. But I know for a fact if we include it like this with the character already having the weapon.h in here, it's going to have a circular dependency problem. So there's actually a solution to that, but I'll show you that here in a second. Just trying to overview here. What do we need? I know we're going to need the set owning pawn, attach and detach, unequip and unequip. Those are the few things we're going to need in this particular class. So they all have it. So we're going to actually add we're going to do this first. We're going to say void attach to player. Let's have that be empty there, and void detach from player. There. And of course we're going to have I think we have a equip on equip. No, we don't. So we're going to have a void on equip and a void on unequip. I'm going to do that. Have those functions here. Alright, so now let's go ahead and I'm going to put this as a protected function here. So we're going to say a weapon essentials character. We're going to make this be a pointer called myPawn. Now, to prevent circular dependency without including it, we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to say, alright, class a weapon essentials character. And that's it. But we have to include that class header in the .cpp. But that's one way to get a loop around from the circular dependency. Okay, so now since we got that set up, we're going to add a Let's see here quick. Oh yes, okay, so we're gonna do a void, because I was thinking about doing a return for the character. It's like, now just actually call a function for it. We're gonna set owning pawn. We're gonna say weapon essentials character, and point, we'll call it new owner, because we need to have this weapon have an owner. There's a good reason for that, because if we know who owns it, then that for multiplayer use, first player use, it's very handy, because then we know, like, hey, you are the owner of this, no one else can touch it unless you maybe drop it and get rid of it, you know, that sort of thing. So we got this. Let's see, let's go to our .cpp, and we're going to add those functions in quick. So we added attach to player. I have to do on equip first. Void a weapon on equip, and then we'll do void a weapon on unequip. That's what I named it. Yeah, I believe so. On unequipped. Okay. And then we'll do attach to player and detach from player. Weapon attach to player and void a weapon detach from player. Let's make sure we got those set up. Detach. Yep. Sorry, I always have a problem with spelling detach sometimes. So on the on equip. Oh, another thing we can't forget. We cannot forget. We gotta put the, where is it at? Let's see. Yeah, I'll put it below it. Include weapon essentials. I can spell essentials. Character h. Essentials. Oh, if I can spell right. Weapon essentials character h. Trust me, that's how you're supposed to do it, because we had to prevent circular dependency. Okay, back to here. So on the unequip, we're going to have to do a few things. When we want to equip it, we want to call the attach and detach the previous. So, and also another thing, because we got to remember, we have to get rid of the collision component, because for some reason in 4.5, I'm not sure if it's fixed in 4.6, there's an issue when you try to equip it to a socket, the engine would crash because it's trying to detect a collision that you're not wanting to have a collision set to. It's really weird, but yeah, that's why I always double check. I always set the collision, because the collision component's only there. One reason why it's there is just to check if you're entering in the weapon, saying, hey, I entered in, I picked it up, that sort of thing, you know. So we're going to set collision enabled, and we're going to do a enumerator called eCollision enabled, and we're going to turn it off, no collision. Said and done. Easy as pie. So now we're going to call attach to player, call that function, and then get rid of those quotes. And we're going to wep config. No, we won't do that yet. We don't need to do that. So now we're going to unequip. We're going to, of course, detach from player, because we want to detach the weapon when we unequip it. So now on the attach to player, this is where the my pawn comes in handy, because we know who's owning this pawn, who's owning this weapon, which is the character, but we actually have to store it properly, which what we did, and also we prevented the circular dependency. So we say if my pawn, if that exists, we're going to detach from player. Why are we going to detach from player? Because we're detaching the old one and attaching a new one. It's just calling the functions properly, so it goes in order. And also, just in case if there is anything attached to it, you know, get rid of it so we attach the new one. Because let's see here, quick. We're going to say use skeletal mesh component, and we're going to call it character. We're going to equal my pawn get mesh. Let's see, get mesh. I think that's what we need. Yeah, remember, they actually in 4.6, keep in mind, they changed the calling to, instead of saying mesh, you have to actually use a return function called get mesh, which is a good practice, but I don't know, I'm just trying to show you guys how to really get things started and actually readjusting code to be more efficient and faster. So I'm going to say mesh. Let's see, do I need to do mesh? I think we need to. Yeah, we need to get this mesh. If it lets me. I think it's called weapon mesh. Yep. Weapon mesh. Set hidden in game false. This is what I was talking about earlier, setting it hidden and unhidden. So I'm going to say mesh, weapon mesh, god dang it. And attach to character. And we're going to attach it to, is it web socket or weapon socket? Can't quite remember what the name of it here. I think I knew, I'm not sure, I can't remember, let's see. I might have to pull it up, but that's not a huge deal. So go back here, I think it's just web socket, underscore socket or web socket, I can't quite remember. The reason why I like this way to doing it better, you don't have to do attach to root component 2. You could literally grab that my pawn and attach to it, because we're just getting the skeletal mesh component. We don't have to worry about casting it attached to root component 2 when we actually make a skeletal mesh component and just get the mesh of it, and then call the attach to with the character and then the WebSocket. It's so much easier. Okay, let's move on to detach. Detach is relatively simple too. Same stuff. You just say if my pawn, and we're going to, let's see. Actually, we don't have to call if my pawn. We're just going to literally detach it. We're going to mesh. No, weapon mesh. Detach from parent. That's what we gotta do, because we don't. It already knows what the parent is, so we're just going to detach it. Weapon mesh. Set hidden in game true. So now we detached it. We're going to set hidden in game. It's going to be gone, but still technically there. It took me a little while to grasp this concept. It's like, well, how does this work? Because the thing is, when you just, like I said before, when you destroy the instance, it's not going to store any of the current ammo or anything in it, or any sort of cooldown that's ticking at that moment in time. So, what you have to do, you have to set it in game to hidden as if it were like unequipped. You know, you unequip it and it just disappears. You don't know where it goes. It's literally at the 0,0 point hidden inside the game, but there's no collision, no nothing, because it's set hidden. It's not doing anything. And then when you want to equip it, you equip it, and then you attach it to that socket that you want to put it to, and it actually held all the variables you need to do with the current ammo, the current clip, you know, cooldowns, or anything like that. It actually works really nicely. So, let's see, what else do we need to do here? I think that's all we need here. So let's go back to the character.cpp and go back to our weapon equip function here. So since we got all those set up, we can say current weapon. Just gotta wait for current weapon equals inventory. We get the current weapon web config.priority. So we can say the current weapon equals that next slot that we got. Okay, the reason being we do this portion here is because we want this current weapon to equal that particular slot. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to unequip it. We're going to do current weapon unequip. Unequip, I should say. So we're making sure we got that current weapon, we got that slot in particular. So we're going to unequip it, and we're going to say current weapon equals our new weapon we want to equip, or say weapon. And then, since we have that weapon, we have that particular one, remember what we did before, we want to set who owns it. Set owning pawn to be this. Because, if you remember back here, set owning pawn, we need a weapon essentials character. This character, we're calling this class to own this particular weapon. And that's what I find awesome. It's so easy. So we're going to say weapon on equip. Bingo. So now we got all those variables. Basically what we did, we set the current weapon to equal that particular slot in the inventory. Unequip it. And then the current weapon equals the new weapon. and then we're going to set the owning pawn and then equip it. The reason being why I'm doing this portion here is because it's just a check. Say, hey, we're getting ready to put away our weapon we're holding right now, and then we're going to unequip it to call it, make it disappear into the level. And then we're going to make the new weapon the weapon we're transferring to here, which is this particular parameter. We're going to say who owns this right now. We do, and we're equipping it right now. Alright, now let's get to the meat and caboodles, with the next weapon switching and stuff like that. So this is going to be quite of a doozy here too. So we're going to say if inventory current weapon, if I could spell weapon, yep, there we go, current weapon, wep config.priority, we're going to get that, and we're going to do wep config.priority does not equal, because this is like we're making a cap. So I can't remember how many weapons we have. 2, because it's 0, 1, 2. It does not equal 2. Okay, come on, it does not equal 2. I'm making a cap here, but you could say what you could do. You could say let's see, where is it at? I could say inventory dot length. No, it's dot num. You can say that, but I'm just going to use a confident number just to be sure. If it does not equal 2, then we're going to do this. And we're going to say if inventory current weapon wep config.priority +1, because we're adding 1. We're checking the next slot. Give her that capital I. We're checking that next slot in here from that current weapon we're holding. We're checking it, and we're saying this. We're going to say if it's less than inventory .num. No, not that. Sorry, my bad. If it equals null, meaning if it equals null, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a for loop to check for the next weapon. I'm going to do for hit 32 I equals current weapon. I'm going to make it equal the priority of that. There we go. +1, because we're checking if there's a next weapon. We're going to checking the next weapon slot. Then I'm going to say I is less than inventory.num and I++. And we're going to say another if statement. We're going to say if inventory I, meaning if we're going to check if it exists, and if inventory I is a weapon. I can say weapon, static class. Make sure it's the static class of a weapon. We're checking, is this a weapon? Then we're going to say equip weapon, parenthesis, inventory I. If I could do this right, there we go. Now we're going to say, because we're checking if it's null, now we're saying else if it does not equal null, we're going to do this. We're just going to say equip, straight up equip the next weapon. Equip weapon, inventory, current weapon, wep config.priority +1. We're going to equip that next weapon. Oops, hang on. Stop. No, don't build. Stop building. Cancel. No. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good. So now, where was I? There we go. Okay. So now, on this else here, if it does not equal 2, I'm going to say else. I'm going to say if it's greater than, basically we're saying if it's greater than 2, or if it does not equal 2, we're just going to make it this. We're going to equip weapon. Because you can actually make it not equal do anything, but this is just a check for me. I'm going to say current weapon wep config.priority. Basically, making it equal that current weapon be that weapon. That sort of thing. And basically the exact same thing here. Exactly the same thing. Instead, We're going to change the variables around. So let's go ahead and go to previous weapon. I'm going to copy all this. We don't have to worry about typing it all out. So we're going to say if it does not equal 0, and then we're going to actually say -1 instead of +1. We're going to say priority -1. And then we're going to say, instead of adding, we're going to say if it's greater than or equal to 0. 0, and then I minus minus. And that should fix that. And then we have the same check, same thing, except for this is going to be -1. And that should fix everything. So basically, what's happening here is that we're, checking it if it does not equal 0. If the inventory weapon is -1, if the one previous is null, and because the reason we gotta check if it does not equal 0 because we're going back 1, and if it's actually at the 1 slot, we could actually switch to a previous weapon. But if that previous weapon slot is empty, pardon me, we're gonna do a for loop and make sure there is a slot in that eye and make sure it is a weapon. We're going to equip that weapon. If not, we're just going to, if there's actually something in there, we're just going to straight up equip it. But if it actually does equal 0, we're going to make sure it doesn't go up or down any further. Simple as that. Alright, so let's go ahead and actually start testing it. I'm going to hit play and we're going to begin to see what happens. Alright, looks like we ran into a bug here. Let's take a look here. Where is it freaking out here? I think it could be public void weapon set owning pawn. It does not like that. Why? Let's take a look. Where did we put it? It should be on equip. Where's the equip weapon? Set owning pawn. Yeah, should work. Should definitely work. Did I set it up right? A weapon essentials character. Yes, that's definitely what we want. Did I put the class dependency? Yes, exactly where it should go. Sorry, I'm just analyzing this here real quick. Actually, I'm going to pause it. Just take a look real quick and I'll be right back. Oh, man. I just realized I forgot to put the set owning pawn function in our weapon.cpp. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll put a buff on equip here quick. We'll put it here. We're going to say void a weapon set owning pawn. That'll be a weapon essentials character. Big spell character. Pointer to new owner. Because how are we going to be able to know what the new owner is without getting this set up? If I can spell owner. There we go. There. Now, we gotta say if my pawn does not equal new owner. Meaning if it does not own this right now, we're going to make it own it. So the instigator, which is who instigated this event, is the new owner. And also my pawn equals new owner. Now let's set this up. Make sure I double check here. Let's see. So it says also equip weapon, but I think it should be fine. So now let's go to hit play and we shall begin this and set it up. Alright, that looks like it seemed to fix it up, so I'm going to let this load up here real quick and we shall take a look, see what we got. Hopefully make sure the mouse wheel up and down still works with selecting the weapons. Make sure I got the slots all set up right for the config. Let's take a look. Actually, their config's right here. Where is it? There's current ammo. Ah, there's another one here. There's our weapon. Bing. 0, good. Got that. Rocket launcher. 2, and shotgun to be 1. So, and also the way we had our looping set up for our next weapon, previous weapon, it should be just fine. So we picked up a rocket launcher. We'll go up, and we crashed it. What did we do? Next weapon, we herpaderped here. So let's take a look at what it says here. It does not like that line here. I think it's because that we did not set the size. Oh, we set it to 3. Size 3. So it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, just give me 1 second and I'll take a look around. Alright, so to my analysis, to what I'm seeing here, I think the reason being is because the current weapon equals null. It does not know what to be assigned to because, let's take a look here. If you look on unequipped weapon, we have nothing to do on the equipped weapon, so we're actually going to set that slot up and make sure we do that when we pick it up. So let's go ahead, actually I'm going to actually stop debugging here. So let's go ahead and say else. If it doesn't, we're going to actually put it in there. So we're going to say, let's see, current, okay, we actually got a weapon. Let's say current weapon equals weapon. I'm going to do that. And then we're going to say current weapon, we're going to make it equal that slot, equals inventory. I'm going to say current weapon, because we already have it assigned previously to that right out the bat, config.priority. Just make it equal to that. And then we're going to say weapon set owning pawn. Actually, I'm going to say current weapon set owning pawn. No, set owning pawn. Owning pawn. This, and then weapon on equip. There we go. Because we don't want to unequip something we don't have. We just want to make sure we have it. So let's double check. I'm going to check if this works quick. I haven't tested it yet, so I'm going to find out. A lot of this code I'm actually doing mostly on the fly. You know, I'm just kind of also using kind of something I know that works, but most of this time I'm actually doing something on the fly and just using straight up logic to get this going. Pardon me. It's getting to that time of year. It's getting dry and cold and snowy. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this a try, see if this works. So I'm just going to pick them all up just for the hell of it, and we're going to go, no weapon in hand. Sweet, so it knows. Okay, so I'm going to break. I think it's, oh, that's the next weapon. So we need to check. I know what we need to do. So what we need to do, we need to check if a weapon is, we need to check if there's a weapon in there or not. And then, but yeah, we actually do here. It's not equal to, we check, but it's pointing at this line. I think because we don't have a current weapon, that's the thing. We need a inventory.num instead. But that wouldn't work either. So I'm going to take a look here real quick. It shouldn't take too much longer. Okay, so for the simplicity of this tutorial, I'm going to actually make a current weapon slot. Kind of like making a, like, right when the game starts, give a default weapon. Like, for example, like, you know, you start, for every game, you know, you have a knife. You're always going to have a knife. Or, you know, melee hands or something like that. We're going to do something like that here for the actual current weapon. So I'm going to say the current weapon be the pistol for now. So we're going to make a, what would you call it, give default weapons function here. So I'm going to do it right at begin play. So I'm going to void give default weapons. I'm going to do that real quick. I think I might need a place to store it. Thinking, yeah, we're going to make an array. Or just say, actually, I just probably put it right here. I'm going to say edit defaults only on here. Edit defaults only. And then we're going to say default int. Default in default in the. We're going to say have it be this. There's going to be one weapon. We're going to store it in that one slot by the priority. So then, now that we have that set up, do we have begin play on here or not? No, we do not. Okay, so I'm going to have a begin play function here. Void, virtual void actually. I'm also going to make this, just in case, we're going to make a view function blueprint callable. In case we need to call this in Blueprint for some apparent reason, which I laid out, we don't need to, but I'm going to, just in case. equals event. I'm going to have it be virtual void begin play override. Get rid of that. We're good to go. So now we're going to have it begin play here. And then we're going to have the void a weapon essentials character give default weapons. So now we're going to do the begin play. Of course, we're going to say give default weapons. There. What I usually do, I think what usually helps, but I'm going to say just straight give default weapons. But sometimes what you can say is if current weapon does not, if it equals null, you can do that. But so we're going to say right off the bat, why is it not liking that? Give default weapon. Is it weapon or weapon? Oh, I say weapon. That's fine. Yeah, I'm cool with that. So we're going to say, I'm going to say a weapon spawner equals get world spawn actor a weapon. We're going to spawn this right off the bat. And we're going to say, what was it called? Weapon spawn? Weapon spawn. Yep. And let's do that. If spawner. I like to call it spawner because so I know what the variable is. So I'm going to say inventory. I'm going to say not I. We're going to say spawner wep config dot priority. That slot is going to equal. Hang on a second. Spawner, and then spawn current weapon will equal inventory spawner wep config dot priority, and then we're going to say current weapon set owning pawn this, and then current weapon on equip. There we go. So then right off the bat, it's going to know like, hey, we're going to equip this weapon so we have a current weapon and get it all set up. So let's go ahead and play and we shall begin to get some testing rolling. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that particular default weapon to that slot. Let's go ahead and add the pistol. You can add it any one of them. If you really wanted to make sure everything's working, you just add either weapon you want to be started off with. So let's go to Blueprint, go to my character. We're going to take a look here. Go to defaults. I think I'd label it as spawn. I just got to find it. Spawn, where art thou? Right, weapon, current weapon, inventory. I think I labeled it as spawn. I know I did. Let me double check here quick. What did I label it as? It is default int. That's why. Oh man, let's see. Default. Let's go back to top. Find there's default. There's game. Oh, I need to get rid of that. Oh, game widget. I think that's new. No idea. I'll find out later. So find default in the. Hold on a second. Inventory. That's our actual inventory that we can't exactly change. Default inv. There we are. Ah, man, I need to actually know. I need to rename those. I'm going to need rename these to _BP so I know what I'm messing with. Instead, I'm going to say pistol. Come on. There we go. Pistol _BP. Rocket launcher. _BP. And then shotgun. Come on. There we go. _BP. Enter that. Save that. Save. Yep, just in case. Now go to Blueprint, back to here. Now we should be able to tell the difference. Good. Compile, save that. Let's go ahead and hit play. Except I got the wrong socket name. So let's go ahead and go back to the skeletal character. What did I name that socket? So I remember I was having that issue before. What did I name it? Weapon underscore socket, just as I figure. Okay, so let's go back to our code. And what do we have here? Weapon.cpp, weapon underscore socket. Underscore. And that should fix that. Now I'll go ahead, go back to here, compile. I think on the first compile it usually takes a little bit, so I'm going to pause it a second. Alright, just got done compiling, so let's try this again. That's better. So we got our first weapon. We'll try to switch. I'm going on the mouse wheel up and down. Nothing's changing. So go here, picked up rocket launcher, picked up shotgun, and it's been added because there's no ammo on there, so we can change it. So of course the weapons are changing. Matter of fact, I'm going to hit F8. We're going to find our character here quick. So, as a matter of fact, did it attach? First of all, we gotta see if we have our. Okay, these are all here. So notice when that's equipped there. They're all there. But when we change it, it's not changing. But let me double check here. My character. And that one is equipped there. Shotgun is equipped. So let's go back to possess. Oh, it's not changing at all yet. But we have them there in our inventory. So we need to readjust that around somewhere. Unless I did something wrong with our project settings. Double check, doesn't hurt to double check. Mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down. That's the way it should go. Let's try that again. Let's see. It doesn't show the attachments to it. It should show a pistol attached to it. But there's two of them here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, that's alright, so let's go ahead and rearrange this code quick. So let's take a look at our characters. Take a look at the next. Make sure we get that all set up. Equip weapon. When we equip weapon, we want our current weapon. We're going to equal that, and we're going to unequip it. The current weapon is going to equal new weapon, and we set the new owning, and then equip that. That's what should be going on. Actually going to look a little deeper in here quick. So we're going to grab these weapons. It does show it's changing. It did show a little bit there. Let's go to F8 and select him, and we'll check the inventory slots. So we got to find it here. That's one thing I love about this, the details window here. While you're in game, you can exit and look at some things. Make sure things are stored correctly where we want them. So let's find, I'm trying to look for inventory. Here we are. Yes, we do have those selected currently. So we have our shotgun as a current. So we'll go back in here. We'll go up one. So it's shooting, yeah, it's shooting projectiles, and then it's shooting the spread, and then shooting that bullet. Okay, so it knows it's changing, but okay. So let's go back to F8. Let's go to here again. Double check. Go back down here further, since it's like near the bottom. Here we are. So current, yeah, it's working right. Shooting bullets as our current one, so it is working right. I'm just used to. I remember in the previous one, I actually showed the attachments, but it's a different way of how it works. So we don't have to worry about being literally attached to the player. So now we have this equipped, the shotgun equipped now, and projectiles. Yeah, that's working properly. So that's not the case. So we're all good on that. So next thing we're going to do is actually make sure we actually get the ammo draining from the weapon. Alright, so we're going to go to our weapon.cpp and our .h. In our .h, we're going to actually put a function in here real quick to actually reload the ammo. I'm going to say void reload ammo. And then we're actually going to put it here into our class for our weapon. We'll put it after detach player. Say void a weapon reload ammo. But first we're going to do a few things here. We're going to go to our instant fire because we want each fire to actually be able to control its own current clip and things because there's different bullet types. So we're going to say if current clip, which is what is inside the weapon right now, that current clip is greater than 0. If it's greater than 0, we're going to have do this particular thing, which is the shooting portion. And we're going to say L. And we're going to say after that happens, after process instant hit, we're going to say current clip minus equals weapon config, if I can say that, dot shot cost. Because we have to have a shot cost, you know, how much is it going to cost to shoot the ammo portion? Why is it not liking that? Web config is undefined. Did I say web? That's a weapon config, I think. There we go. Man, I'm getting things mixed up here. Sorry about that. Alright, so now, after that we can say else. We're going to reload ammo. We're going to call that function. And for the projectiles, we're going to do the same sort of thing, but differently. We have to actually call that class because sometimes things are a little different with the projectile class because some projectiles are different than the others and some of them are not. But so we are going to actually go to there. We're going to say the same kind of thing. We're going to say if current clip is greater than 0. I'm going to do that. I'm going to say after the rocket portion, I'm going to grab a 1 second. There we go. Now we got it. Then we could say current clip minus equals weapon config dot shot cost. Simple as that. Then we can say else. No, else down here. Else reload ammo. Simple as that. That's all done. So now let's go back to our weapons class real quick. Make sure we got everything all set. Okay, we got everything to shoot. Now we gotta actually set up our reload ammo function here real quick. So in order to do this, we're gonna check, you know, if I'm using capitalized lately, so current ammo is greater than 0. If it's greater than 0, and also we're gonna check if, because the reason if it's greater than 0, we don't have to worry about getting the whole clip there. I'm gonna say if current ammo is less than weapon config dot max clip. And if it's greater than max clip, we're going to do this. We're going to say current clip equals current ammo. Else, if it is, we're going to say current ammo minus equals weapon config dot max clip. And then we're going to say, oops, got to put a semicolon. And then we got to subtract what we just put in from that current clip. We got to add what we had to the current clip. I'm going to say current clip plus equals weapon config dot max clip. So basically, it's kind of simple. This like you basically do. If it's greater than the max clip, they're going to say, you know, subtract the current ammo what is on the max clip, and then add the current clip of the max, basically getting a whole new, brand new clip. But if it, let's see here quick, we gotta put an else here. Else, if it's not greater than 0, we're gonna say, let's do a debug message. Doing 91, 2.0. I'm gonna say if color be blue. I'm going to say no ammo. Bingo, and that's it. That's all we got to do for that. I think actually, no, we don't have to worry about 4.6. You can actually compile it just like that. Sorry, I'm just double checking, make sure we got everything that we need. I think we do. We're going to compile this here. And we'll see if it'll subtract. Which it should. But at the same time, we didn't set up anything for the the max ammo and the max clip and the current ammo and the current clip. I want to actually be able to set that up and be able to add it to it. We'll set that up here shortly, and I'll show you how it's kind of done. Just gotta wait for this to compile real quick. Alright, I got it compiled here. So we're going to do a few things. We're going to go to our weapon blueprints here quick. And we're going to add, we're going to say a max clip. We're going to have most ammo could have in the, let's see, we'll have it be just 7. Simple 7 clip. I'm going to have the max ammo be 28. And then we'll have the current ammo be, let's see. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to have a few things right when you start the game. Let's have it be 7, and then the current. No, I'll have the current clip be 7, and then this be 0. And then we'll compile that, and then let's see. We'll go to the rocket launcher, do the same thing. We're going to see the max clip will be 2, and the max ammo will be 4. And the current ammo will be 1. I'll have it be 1 just because why not? So then we'll do shotgun. Nope, I don't want the skeleton mesh. I want the actual blueprint, please. Shotgun, we'll have the max clip. We'll have it be 6, and then the max ammo will be 24, and then the current ammo, no current clip be 6 as well. Compile that, save it. Let's save that. Save that, and we'll save that. Exit. Now, for example, if you have like a weapon or anything like that on the screen that you want to have pick up be for ammo, we could literally select it, select that particular weapon, and we could say we want the current ammo to be, this is for rocket launcher, we have it just be we'll have it be 1, yeah. Pick up 1 for that there. And we'll have the current ammo here be because we're adding from the current ammo, not the current clip. We're adding to that for now. So I'm going to say current ammo for this be, sorry about that, 3. And this one be, we'll have it be 14. 14. And we'll save that out. Save the level. And we shall hit play. And make sure up and down. I'm making the mouse wheel go up and down. Nothing's changing. Nothing's crashing. Picked up a rocket launcher. So we didn't show the added. That's strange though. Let's see, make sure we got everything set up. What do we have equipped? Because we don't know what we have equipped yet. So I'm going to keep clicking this until it stops. But it's not stopping. So let's try the spread, make sure that works. Nope, it's not working. It's not subtracting for some reason. I think what I need to do is actually exit and restart it. But I'll double check here. But first, before we do that, before we actually fix that first, we're going to set up the blueprint for the character, the actual UMG HUD character stuff. So hang on a second. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to make a widget blueprint here quick. So we're going to UI, because I made a folder here. We will right click here and we'll go to user interface and we'll click on widget blueprint. We will call it HUD. Let's call it HUD BP. I don't care. Name it whatever you wish. And go in here. But first we're going to actually... we got that. Actually, we'll save that up first. Then we're going to go to the my character blueprint here. We're going to go to begin play. We're going to do that first. And then we're going to... excuse me. I'm going to say add to viewport. No, I gotta create widget, my bad. Create widget. And go to HUD. Oh, why did it not show? Oh, I think I gotta compile it first. Hang on. Where did it go? I think I did compile it. No, it's there. HUD BP, HUD widget blueprint. I'm gonna compile this first. It doesn't know what it is. Right, it's already saved. Construct none. Create widget. Should. Oh, here we are. I was selecting the wrong thing here quick. Now, go to here. I'm going to say add to, not sad, add to viewport. Add it to a self. So as soon as begin play hits, we're going to set the blueprint for the HUD to be the class, and then we're going to add to the viewport. Compile that, save it, and go here, and we're going to do an event tick because we're going to be having it update every second. And let's see here quick. We're going to make a few things in our HUD here. So we're going to go to, what do we need? We're going to need a editable text. I think it used to be called editable text. I think it's called text box. There you go. I think that's what we need. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out. Unless it's text. No, it's definitely not text box, so I'm pretty sure it's editable text. We'll have it here. We're going to double check the size. Here. I want the font to be different. Text will say hello. Just have it say that. Well, that's a little too small. We're going to set the set a few things on here. Style. Here we are. Where's the font? We'll set 20, and we'll compile that. Didn't change anything on it. Awesome. Let's see. Some things are weird on here. This is what needs to be changed here. And we'll say 20. Compile. There we go. So we'll have that. Have it say hello. Just have it be editable text. We'll have it be. I just want to have this be our current clip actual counter. I just want to make sure it actually shows. And then let's see. Now we're gonna actually have to put a text block here. I know it's a lot of designing instead of really much programming right now. I'm just actually setting things up so you can see it visually. So I'm gonna say clip. I'm gonna say that. Simple as that. Bing, 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 right there. I'm going to say ammo. Let's say ammo. Do that. We'll add another text box. So we get rid of this back portion here. It is very possible. Let's say put 100 on there, and then we actually have S20 here. 20, and compile it. Right there. No big deal. And then we're going to have another text box. We're going to say, I just want to actually output things in particular. Now we're going to say, have this one show the name of the weapon. So let's see, you're actually going to have this editable text box be ammo count, and then this will be, nope, that one will be clip count. Pardon me. And then this text box here be weapon name. It's good to name them because otherwise you're going to see that giant variable that you don't know what the hell it is. So, alright, so we got that. And then we got to do one more thing. We're going to add a image because we want to put a splash art on it, right? Exactly. I'm going to put a splash art on it. Doesn't matter. I don't really care about the size. I'm going to call this web splash art. Or just web splash. Compile that. Save it. I know the organization is kind of crappy, but I just want to get the point across here. So, event, we're going to cast to my character. It's very important that we cast. We need to get the player controller. Get player controller. We need to get that. Put that in there. And as that, we're going to grab a few variables. We're going to get current. I think I got current weapon. Yep. Get current weapon. Because this is all involving the current weapon. You can do a little bit more to it as you wish, like different inventory spots you want to grab and get, and then put in different images or anything like that. So get current weapon. We're going to get the wep config, get wep config, and then we're going to break it. Break that SOB open. So we're going to grab all these variables. Since we actually had this open, we could actually grab all these variables, and they all contain their own properties. So then, what do we want to actually do first? Pardon me. We could, let's do the ammo count first. We'll, no, we're going to set, I think it was set brush. I'm trying to see, actually we have to get it first, I'm pretty sure. We have to set, text, there we are. set text. We can do that at the beginning, and we're going to grab the int. Where is the actually, no, we need the current ammo, not the. Actually, still need that actually. We'll need that, but we also need to grab the current ammo. Get it, and we'll plug it into here. It'll automatically convert it to a value for us. We're also going to get clip count. We're going to set the text on that. Grab that. And then we're going to get the current weapon and get current clip. Grab that. And of course it'll automatically change it to from a int to a string. And then let's see, we're going to get the weapon name. We're going to get that. I'm going to set the text on this, and then we're going to have it say, this is where we actually need this. Go to name, bingo, automatically got it in there. And then, don't mind this, it's not really an error, it's just freaking out. So next thing we're going to do, we need to get the splash art. Web splash, and get it, and we're going to set image, I think it's set brush from texture. Here we go. Brush from texture, because this is a U texture. Texture 2D, as a matter of fact. So you just click and drag it, and there we go. Everything from our current weapon, all set in stone with our weapon splash, weapon name, clip count, and our ammo count. All the text is all set up. I know the blueprint is all kind of wonky looking right now because I just kind of did it on the spot here. There. It looks a little bit better. And that's all we need. Compile that. Save it. We did all this stuff here. We added the viewport. Good to go. Ooh, we need to compile that. Doesn't look like it was. Compile that. Save it. And let's go ahead and play. Oh, it doesn't show anything yet. Why? I think it might be the issue. Begin play. Event begin play. That's what I need. No, I don't want that. Oh, I know why. That's my bad. Because the reason being it's not working because we're actually where is it at here? Oh yes, here we go. Now blueprint called the blueprintable event. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember right offhand. Let me see. I think it's blueprint native event. And then we gotta do that, and we gotta compile that. I think we might have to restart it. I'm not 100% sure. 4.6 is a little bit iffy on if they compile the right header files or not. Alright, what now? Yeah, I think there doesn't need to be a name. Must be non-virtual, I see. Okie dokie. Let's take a look here. Okay, so, oh yeah. Okay, so what we need to do here, get rid of the blueprint native event. Is this blueprint callable? Know that it is that. Let it do its thing here. But we gotta add one more thing here. We gotta do parent. I think how to do it. I think you have to call it from here. Parent. Begin play. I'm trying to remember how to get that. Event. Trying to remember how to get that. No, we don't need to do that. Let's see quick. I can do it here. Trying to remember how to get to that. Where is it? There we are. Call parent. There we are. Because this will override it for us. And then it should show up. We also got to compile this. We also got to compile the, yeah, I know, you don't like it. So I'm going to compile it again. And this should fix it. Compile. Alright, so it's got the compiling, so let's see if it works. Still not showing up. Let's see. Let me double check a few things. It should work. Oh, Maybe I should Set get player controller. Let's try that just to be sure. Compile that. What? Still not working. Okay. I have to double check. Let's see if it's actually on the scene too. No, it is not. Because it's all in alphabetical, so it's not here. Alright, so I'm going to take a look here. I think if we add super begin play, I think what we need to do is override this so no, it's being overridden and not being reassigned. So let's go ahead, compile that, see if that works. And if it works, alright. I'm going to pause it a second. I just got done compiling. Aha, Lord behold. Awesome. So let's see. It's not getting the current weapon here. Let's see. Okay. So let's go back to our UI hub BP. And we should have everything set up, but it's not setting it up quite where we want it. Question: are we getting the current weapon? Yes, we are. Current weapon config weapon data. Let's see here. Unless I forgot to compile it and save it, we'll double check here. Try it again. Nope, nothing in the current weapon at all. Let's see here. I'm really analyzing this here. I think we'll try get player character. Let's try that. And here, compile, save it, because we're actually casting to my character. Ah, yes, that's what I thought it was wrong. Okay, so sweet, it's changing amongst what we're supposed to have. It knows it's a rocket launcher, it's a projectile, it's spread, and it's bullets. But we need to set it up so it actually subtract the values. So let's go ahead and go back and let's fix this bug. Okay, so first thing we need to do, we're going to double check our shot cost on each of our weapons. If that's the case, then that's a simple fix. Shot cost 0, of course. I'm going to hit 1. We'll see if that fixes everything else on here. We'll go to rocket launcher, do the same thing. I'm going to compile that first. Go to rocket launcher, shot cost 1, compile that, and we'll go to the shotgun and shot cost 1, compile that, save and save and save for all 3 weapons, and we'll compile this and save that out too, and exit out of that, and replay. Let's see if it minuses. Sweet, it's subtracting from the pistol, and now saying there's no ammo. It's not going to shoot a bullet. You know, it does say bullet. It's knowing that's a bullet when you shoot it, but it's saying there's no ammo in it. So let's go ahead and grab the pistol. So you notice we have 14. We left click now, and it adds the correct amount what we need in our clip from our ammo. So we shoot again, and we'll reload again, and we'll keep shooting, and it'll say no more ammo. So we'll grab the shotgun and we'll grab the rocket launcher. Each one has its own properties. So left click and reject. Let's see, and shoot. Shoots 1 projectile. Except the ammo doesn't change on that one. I guess probably take a look at that. So we're at 6. 5. Ooh, it changes completely. Yeah, so that one's a little bit buggy. Yet we'll take a look. Let's go ahead and go back into Weapon Essentials. And we'll take a look at here. Need to make sure you're only shooting once. Where are we at? Fire type, bullet. That's right. Okay. So, reason being here is because we're doing a for loop and we're doing it on the instant fire here. That's where we need to readjust. So we could probably fix that. Let me see if this will work better. So Control X that. Back to the instant fire. And put it in there. Go back here, grab the if statement. And we'll put it in here. I'm just saying for each one here. Gotta tab those over. There. Now you're saying if it's that, do this. And the same thing for the bullet. we're going to copy that, paste that, grab this, which we'll see, and we'll see if it works a little better. There. Get that forward. Let's see if, oh, we forgot the bracket here. I think, let's see. I'll actually tab this out. There. Get the for loop in there. There we go. Still doesn't like that. Why? I don't know. Expecting a statement. There is a statement. Oh, I know why. Okay, so we gotta put a thing here too. But okay, so I guess it just kind of fixed itself a bit. So grab this statement here, and we shall put it right after that. Same thing with this, make sure it's after the for loop, and that should probably take care of that. Let's see, so we'll go ahead and compile that. I want to be sure it's making sure it works. Pardon me. Alright, let's take a look, see if that fixes anything here quick. No ammo, good, good, good. Let's go here, let's go here to reload, make sure it's not shooting a bullet. Good. A210, good, good, good. Now let's check out the shotgun, make sure we got this to work. There we go. That's better. Now it's shooting by one shell at a time. Because you want 7 bullets to shoot as a reverse shell. So let's go to rocket launcher, make sure that works. So it's not subtracting. The math is going really weird on that, but let's see here. Let's go back to here. We got that all set up. And okay. Let me explain the splash arts here quick. So if you remember in our struct that we have for weapon essentials, in here we have a do texture 2D splash art. So we go back to here in our pistol here quick. So under splash art, you can select any texture you want, absolutely any texture. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, simple splash art, just to show like, hey, I have a pistol or I have a shotgun or a rocket launcher, that sort of thing. And that's how I got this. I just want to clarify that because I was testing with this earlier. I just wanted to make sure this is all set up for you guys, and also had like a name. I'm not sure if name was in here before. Name's just I think it's F name, I can't remember. F string, okay, so this is a string. Easiest pie with that, so that was pretty easy. You just put in the name, and it should output because how we set it up in our HUD blueprint should be all set to go. So let's take a look here. So I think we're gonna be try to fix that bug with the projectile though. Let's go ahead and do that, and then let's see here. Just gotta find it here. Let's go here. Where is rocket launcher .cpp? We have this working here. Let's reload. Except, I think that's what we could do. I think we just put this. You literally just could put this particular thing in here. Let's see here quick. Spaces back out. Oops, back in there. There we go. What am I doing? I don't need to do that. And else, reload ammo. Rocket. Oh, we don't need that. There, that'll make sense for that. So I'm going to go back to weapon character. No, not weapon.cpp. I'm going to the projectile. And we could say if current clip is greater than 0. Oops, don't want to do that. I'm going to tap that over and tap that over. And then we shall do let's see, weapon config. We gotta do current ammo. Ammo minus equals weapon config dot shot cost. Let me do else reload ammo. And that should fix that problem with the projectile. We have to go back to the projectile here and make sure we get rid of this. We don't need that. We don't need this either. There. What we have as a super, we're overwriting it. I think in here, I'll double check. Where is it? Rocket launcher to H, virtual void. Yep, that should be fine. So exit out that, exit out that, that. We'll go back here, compile it, make sure that fixes it, and then we'll move on to the next portion. Alright, it's got the compiling. So let's go ahead and go back in here. We'll equip the rocket launcher first. So make sure. That's really strange. That is very strange. What's happening here? It's all like -22. That's funny. Okay, so let's take a look in here. Let's find out why. Let's go to our weapon here. Config out current ammo. Oh, guess what? Current clip. Simple fix. Oh man. Little things can go a long way. Because it's like, why is it doing this? It's like, well, we're subtracting from the wrong thing. So, I'll go do compile this one last time. And this should probably fix it. And then we'll move on to making sound come out of the weapons here once we get this done here. And then we'll finish up for Weapon Essentials 3. Alright, so let's pick up a rocket launcher. Let's grab that SOB. It's still doing it. That's really weird. Let's see. Let's go to our rocket launcher and make sure we got everything set up. Current ammo. Let's set current ammo to 2 once. Let's see what happens. Current clip. We'll set to 1 as well, just in case. Just want to do some testing, see what's happening here. Grab this. See, it works there. I think there's issues with the math in particular. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, we'll move on here on the next. And the next Weapon Essentials will be a little more detailed on more of the clip math, but mostly it's basically what we have here, but we'll continue on. So the next portion, I'm going to show you how to add a sound on Monk's Fire in C++. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to need to go in our weapon.h. We're going to add a couple things. We're going to, first off, we're going to make another U property. We're going to make this a edit defaults only. And let's see here quick. I'll go down. Let's go below projectile class here. Let's go to U property. Property. Edit defaults only. Category equals config. Put that there. We'll have a U sound cue be a pointer called fire sound. And the best part about doing this, what I'm going to be doing right now, you could literally have any sort of fire sound you want and actually have one function to actually play the sound for you. I think it's actually pretty incredible. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to add a function, a return type of, let's see here, go down here, U audio component. And we have it be a pointer return type. It's going to be a name called play weapon sound, and we're going to be asking for a U sound cue, and we're going to call it sound. And that's it. So now we're going to make a function called play weapon sound. We could put it at the bottom. That's fine. Don't give it a bracket. There we go. I'm going to say U audio component. And maybe a weapon play weapon sound. U sound cue and sound. There we go. So this is a return type of an audio component pointer called play weapon sound. Now in order for this to get going here, we're going to need to do this. We're going to say we're going to make a temporary pointer called U audio component, and we're going to call it AC audio component just for that, and we're going to make it equal to null. Make it null. Make it have nothing inside it. This is a temporary place to put something. They're going to say if sound exists, if we actually dump something in sound and my pawn exists, because we're going to actually play the sound at that area, we can actually put it anywhere you want to, but in particular for a fire sound, we kind of want to play it where the player's at. So we're going to say AC equals U gameplay statistics. What do you call it? There we go. And we scope it into getting a play sound attached. We're going to play sound, and at the location be my pawn get root component. Yes, they have a root component to actually get to it. And then after that, because it's a return type, we need to return what we just did. We're going to say return AC because we actually have a variable in there. Now we could literally do whatever we want to fire. So we can go to, for every single one of these, let's see, instant fire. We'll go after that, we'll say play weapon sound, and we'll say fire sound, because that is a sound cue pointer we put in here, right here. Because also when we reload a sound, we could put whatever sound we want to. We could say, when we say reload ammo with my pawn and new owner, we could actually, no, that's the wrong one. Where is it? Real sound. You know, after we get to this point, if we actually reloaded it, we could actually play the sound, play weapon sound, and say reload sound. Whatever, absolutely anything we want. That's why I love how flexible this kind of return function is and actually plays the sound with the U gameplay statics. So let's see, let's go to eSpread. Let's see. Because we don't want to have it played that many times, we're just going to have it play once. Play weapon sound, fire sound. And same thing with down here. The exact same thing. Play weapon sound. Fire sound. There. Now, we can compile this. Exit out of this. And I'm going to compile that. I'll unpause it when it's done. Well, it looks like yes, okay. That's why. Because I think what's going on, let's see. We'll stop debugging. Let's see what it says here. Access violations. Let me double check. We'll hit play again. I think it's because we added something very specific in the headers, so we'll actually hit play once again and see what happens. See if it works. It looks like it's going pretty well, so initialize. Okay, so now let's take a look inside here. I think it should be there. I'm just going to put a random weapon sound for everything. So, yep, fire sound. So we can actually add whatever sound cue we want to put in. Absolutely anything. Let's just do explosion. Let's do explosion for this one. Actually, I could probably preview them too, I think. Let's see, play. Can you play it? No, we can't preview it. Okay, so we'll do that. Compile, save that. We'll find our rocket launcher. Let's try, let's do collapse for this one. Compile, save, and no, I don't want that one. I want the shotgun BP. So, and let's go to fire type. I don't know. Let's do fire spark. I don't care. Okay, so we'll compile that, save it. I'm just trying to show you guys examples so you have different sounds. And literally, because this is how flexible it is, you can literally draw any sort of cue for a fire sound, a reload sound, a drop sound, a pickup sound. You could actually put these in variables like this, in this here, like a U sound cue, like fire sound pointer, or a whatever you needed, whatever kind of pointers you want. That's what I love about this. So now, let's go ahead and fire this pistol. Boom, baby, boom. Cool. So we're gonna go to a shotgun and see what happens. It's nothing appealing, but hey, it's playing a different sound. It knows to. Now let's go to the rocket launcher. Let's play this. I find it quite funny. It's like shooting and then just knocking down things on the shelf or something. But yeah, that's all I wanted to show you today. I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I very muchly apologize for being on a hiatus for a little while. I was doing some freelance work for a little while for some people, and I was just kind of busy and trying to get some things going and all this kind of stuff. So I really appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, please message me. You can subscribe to my channel You could comment on the section below, do whatever you wish. And if you guys still want this source code, the beginning portion of this, because I updated the 4.6, please put a lot of comments on the bottom if you really wish to have this. Thank you for watching, and you have a great day.